Hello everyone, welcome back to Creative Chat Cafe, our weekly live webcast coming straight to you from Creative Chat Cafe on air.com. So if this is your first time here, I am raising my mug welcoming you to our show. So what is Creative Chat Cafe? So we actually have this weekly live webcast where we talk, we have discussions, we do demos, we do reviews. We in fact have questions answered. So if you have questions somewhere along the line, you know, if you're on Creative Chat Cafe on air.com and you click under the November 6th, webcast, you will actually see comment threads at the bottom of the page where you can send your questions. So most importantly, Creative Chat Cafe is all about helping you, with cost-effective solutions with digital marketing and, digital marketing strategies and solutions. So we try to help you to get more business by helping you increase your performance and increase your reach. The most important thing, we try to keep everything simple, KISS. We follow that format, we just keep it simple, stupid, people say, right? So tonight we have a great co-host, and she's back. We love her that much. We want her back because she's an expert in this too. Tonight we're talking about how to create web forms so that you can grow your list, right? So I don't know if many of you out there have a website. Many of us have this sign-up form. So my co-host and I tonight are going to show you that. So let's put our hands together and welcome Miss Kenya Halliburton, all the way from Alabama. Hey, welcome back, Kenya. Welcome back. We love that you're able to join us tonight.
I'm excited to be back. So thank you. I'm excited to get into some really great content.
Yeah, because, Kenya, you and I have been talking about this for a little while. I think it's great that we can share a little bit of what we know, right? I know you'll use a little bit of sign-up forms. I do too. So if many of you have not met Kenya before, she's actually the creator of mycontentplanner.com, a done-for-you content creation and marketing service for the entrepreneur who hates to write. So if you hate to write, this is the woman you should be in touch with. So let's get started. Kenya, we're talking about web forms tonight, right? And you and I know it's a great way to build our list. And in your experience, in you developing, I know you also develop your own website, right? What are some of the web form creation tools that you have used that you see most commonly used out there?
Yeah, there are obviously lots of them. I've used AWeber. Of course, that's what I'm mainly using in my business and my clients' business. I use MailChimp, but there are others like, GetFind, other aren't really coming to mind though, but I primarily use AWeber and MailChimp.
I see. Why do you think the two are the most commonly used? And maybe I think I've heard a lot about MailChimp and AWeber because I personally use both. Why do you think, from your experience, just working with your clients, why do you think they're the most favorite of all the others?
I think because of their ease of use.
I agree.
They're very easy to use. A lot of them have developed over time to be even more user-friendly. AWeber has adopted a lot of drag and drop features that make it easy for someone who isn't real familiar with all the coding and technology required to set things up. So absolutely. I also think that they give people they make people feel like they can do it, and I know you're high tech, high touch, and helping people feel like they can, actually do this stuff. Yeah.
Yes. And I've actually used MailChimp more than I have AWeber, only because I like the simple stuff, and I know many of our audience out there love the simple stuff. I'm not saying that AWeber doesn't have simple steps. It has a simple process too, but everybody has a preference, and I know tonight we're going to share a little bit of how you would create this web forms, right? And I believe you're going to do on AWeber, and I'm going to do a little bit on MailChimp, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you folks out there, one of the things, I'm going to tell you why I like MailChimp, and the reason I like MailChimp is because it's free. It's got free. we all love free, right? I'm not saying that probably the best feature or the best fit for your business is free, but maybe you'll have to upgrade, correct, Kenya?
Yes,
Yes.
I know with MailChimp, if you want to use certain features like the
Yes.
autoresponder feature and
Yes.
do more with it, then
Yes.
you'll need to upgrade. But it's still good for if you're
Absolutely.
bootstrapping. It's a good option.
Yes. Especially if many of you out there, right, if our audience, they don't use web form to start with, and this is something that you want to try out and put it out on your website, or just create a web form to just kind of build your email list so that you can send out more emails about your product, your services, or your company. You can always start small, and then down the line, if this is the strategy that you want to maintain, you
Just
can always upgrade. Right? So if you're watching this, don't forget to also, follow us, hashtag Creative Chat Cafe. If you see right here, right underneath my screen right here, the hashtag for our Creative Chat Cafe is hashtag Creative Chat Cafe. So follow us on hashtag Creative Chat Cafe, and you'll find all videos of all our past shows. So let's get started. I believe you're going to go first, Kenya. Kenya's going to show us how to create a really basic, she's going to do a screen sharing so we can see what she's doing as she builds a simple and basic AWeber web form. So let's get started, Kenya.
All right, so let's do it and pray that technology is
Yay!
free today.
Yes, we'll keep it simple, stupid, people say, right? Because sometimes our audience want it simple because they go like, don't tell me a lot of all those, heavy high tech stuff. Just show us already, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, can you see my screen?
No, not yet. Maybe another click.
Okay. All right, let me try it one more time. Here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Ah,
Awesome.
love it when it works beautifully. Okay.
Right? Yes. So what do we have here?
So what we have here, when you log into AWeber, this is the dashboard that it takes you to, and you'll see it's a lot more streamlined than it used to be. Very clean.
Right.
You can kind of get to things very easily. The first thing that you want to do when you create, you start to work to build your form is you want to create an actual list. They make it really easy by this little button here. You can create a list here, and if you click that link, it'll take you to a page with a big green button that tells you what to do next. And I know MailChimp has a different process for this, and makes this even simpler. But if you click create a list, it'll kind of take you through all the different steps that you need to actually get to creating your form. Okay? So
that's simple enough. Yep, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so what you do in this section is you're going to be filling out your basic information, the name of your list, the list description, the from name that you want. When you actually get emails from people, you can see, either it's from them, their personal name or company name, and the email address you want associated with that. So this is basic contact information, notifications. All right.
Right.
And so once you complete that, it'll take you to the next step, which allows you to personalize your list. Okay.
Right.
And this has to do with what happens when they actually, sign up, and they'll see like your branding. So you can upload your logo over here on the right, this little box, and add your company name. The basic contact information.
So is that the email signature where when they send out that email, the signature, which is whatever they put in this template, is what goes out, right?
Right. So this and it's different for each list, but whatever you put, if you have a tagline or a signature sign off, you want to put that information here, a website, a link, whatever you want. You put that information here, so when you create emails that go out, that information will automatically be at the bottom of each email.
Cool. All right.
All right. And so you'll see this section here that AWeber makes it really easy to share out your messages. So what will happen, this is an automated feature, and so when you actually send out, I think it primarily works for broadcast, like one-time email, but I believe it may work for others as well. But when you send, you can opt to have your emails go to the social network that you select here,
That
as
is
well,
awesome.
right, as well as to your list in what you're going to be building. So it's hands-free, and it allows you to kind of do more by spending less time over and over again. Okay.
That's cool.
All right. So once you get through that step,
Mm-hmm.
then the last step is that you create your confirmation message. This is
Okay.
what people will get once they sign up. Now, AWeber, a lot of the autoresponders have this thing called double opt-in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have double opt-in set up in AWeber, then what will happen is once they sign up, they'll get an email confirmation message. I know that many people have gone through this process where you sign up for something and you get an email saying confirm this so we can make sure that no one's spamming you, and we're okay to send information to you.
I think this part, sorry, but I think this part, which is great for our audience to know, maybe you're asking why do we need to create this confirmation message, is because, with the spamming issue, we want to make sure that everybody who signs up for this list are really the people who signed up for our list, correct?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. So
because we don't like spammers.
Right. So and you can get in trouble with the software if
Exactly.
you get a lot of spam complaints. So this is a safe sale for you and your subscribers.
Awesome.
So once you finish this process, it'll walk you through the last step is to create a welcome message, which you won't allow me to do because I haven't gone through this process.
Right.
But then once you do that, then you have the ability to set up your sign up form. Okay. And
really cool.
Yeah, you can create your forms here, and they have a lot of templates that you can use. That's why I really love AWeber, because if there's somebody...
I love those templates too. I mean, keep it simple, stupid. Templates.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So as you go in here, you'll see like all these little templates here. They make it really easy. They have popular templates that you can choose from. Really basic forms with name and email. And if you wanted to add more fields, you can. You can do it simply by, this little create a new field icon here.
Right.
And so once you create a simple form, you load it, all right? And if you need to add anything to the header, here, sign up for my newsletter.
Really cool. So basically we can add, which is pretty cool.
You can add it. You can do a lot with this. But if you're a novice, if you're just a very beginner, this is really great for you. So once you choose your template, and they have a whole lot of them, right?
Yep.
Once you choose your template, the next step would be to save your form, and then you just simply go to the next step. I think I'm a little bit ahead of myself. You go to the next step, and it allows you to kind of define the name of your form. The reason why you want to do that is because you may create different types of forms based on the same list for different places on your website. So
for different purposes, right?
Right. So it helps you identify what form is doing what and where. Okay.
Cool. Right.
So this here, you just pretty much set up whether you can do a Facebook registration form. This allows you to embed that on your Facebook page as well. And this is a thank you page. This is, setting up what people will see after they sign up, what page they'll be taken to. Some people do a custom page. If you're offering some sort of download, you might want to immediately get to that page. So you can add your own link there. Or you can just simply use their audio version or video version.
And there you go.
Okay, and the man just comes on and talks and tells you what to do. So that's pretty basic. And then the last step is after you've done that, save it.
Save your form.
Yes, save your form.
Yes.
And
don't forget that.
Yep. And the last thing, you just want to install it. So they have two options. You can do a JavaScript snippet and just copy and paste that wherever you want it to go on your site. Okay, that's the most easiest way to do it.
Right.
And if you're more advanced, you can do this raw HTML code. That just allows you to manipulate it a bit more.
So that's basically if they want to do if they want to put it on their website, right? And I believe AWeber can also host the web form.
Absolutely. So
Okay.
this is for if you want to install it. If you want AWeber to host it, there's an option for that.
Mm-hmm.
And what you would do is just
Let's
simply
just
click,
have the link.
yep.
There
And
you go.
that's even
Voila.
simpler.
Yes, that's a bit simpler. So I think one of the biggest things that you, our audience out there, don't overthink about, oh my God, I cannot do this web form. And just what Kenya shared with us here today, templates. So Kenya does, and I know AWeber because I actually used AWeber in the past, and I've actually used a little bit more of MailChimp these days. But my question to you is this version that you're showing us a free version or a paid version?
This is a paid version.
Okay. I believe that there is a trial version for how many days? I can't remember.
I can't remember either. But
If
it's
I'm not mistaken, it's 30 days, or I can't remember, it's 14 or 30 days. But anyways, folks, we'll get that information out to you post the show in our social media, just so that you know what it is exactly. If I'm not mistaken, it is a 14-day trial period. So if you want to test this AWeber web form out, you can test it for 14 days. There's a trial period, and then you actually have to upgrade it. They give you a 14-day trial time. And so that's the monthly fee, right?
yeah, yes. And so the way that it works is it depends on how many subscribers you have, but it's actually not free. It's actually you sign up for $1 for the first
Oh,
month.
yes.
And
Correction. Yeah, absolutely
so,
right. So for
yeah.
a month. So there we got it. For a month, folks, $1, you get a trial run. Actually, what you saw Kenya show just now is just part of a email marketing system. So they're actually buying into this service, which is the email marketing, right?
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And the form is through that service.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. You
Okay.
need the service to host the form and to do
Right.
the other features.
And I think the web form, of course, this is just what we showed just now was just basic, right, Kenya? But there's a lot more other features that is included in this package, right?
Yes.
And among it is,
Yes.
what is your favorite feature that you like about AWeber?
I think my most favorite feature, and we're charting into dangerous territory here. 'Cause my favorite feature is actually the blog broadcast. All right. The reason why I love this is because people do newsletters,
Right.
and it can be time consuming to kind of manually create those. So if you want to automate that process,
Yeah.
I teach clients and set them up where they can just simply, blog, create some sort of blogging schedule, and the blog broadcast allows you to sync your AWeber account with your blog, so that once you set it up, you say, okay, I want maybe, 2 newsletters to go out every time I hit 4 blog posts a month,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so every time you hit 4 blog posts, that automatically sends a newsletter to your list. So it's automatic, and you don't have to think about it. It just happens. And then the next thing you'll know is people will be saying, hey, I've gotten your newsletters, and I've gotten them for however long, and I'm ready to do business with you, or I'm ready to buy, or they automatically do it. So it's a really, really, really great feature. I love that part.
Right. And I think bottom line, AWeber with that much of, which is very cost effective, very affordable, you get a whole big package in this email marketing service. It's not just the email marketing. You get the autoresponders, you get the web forms. So, a lot of you all out there are probably thinking, what's the other option? Well, I'm going to show you next is MailChimp. This is where many, many people, many business owners, many small businesses, entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs get started with MailChimp, because if they don't have a big email list yet, they always start with something free. And I think it's free up to 2,000 email lists. So, it's a great basic platform that you can start with and then create your web form. So I'm going to kind of share my screen real quick, and we're going to walk through a very, very simple, MailChimp setup. So what you do is you'll go to MailChimp.com, all right? And lately, I love that MailChimp has gone like really user-friendly. It also has all the drag and drop features, the layouts, right? So when you actually have an account, if you don't have one, you'll just sign up for one. If you have one, you'll log in. So when you log in, you'll actually get this page, and then you'll log in your username, your password, and then when you're in the dashboard, all right, you'll need to actually have created a list. So now what I'm going to show you is, in order for you to create a sign-up form, as you can see here, I'm going with my list, which is a test list. So it only has my email address in there, right? So here's a basic way for you to get started with sign-up forms with MailChimp. So when you're in this list dashboard, you go to sign-up forms, all right? When you click on that sign up forms, you have a few more options, and most recently they've actually cleaned up the look, and then there are many forms that you can create in here. But tonight, to keep it simple, because we cannot possibly go through all this, right, Kenya, in 5-10 minutes. So I'm going to really show you how you can really build a simple general form that you can actually use to, put up to actually encourage people to sign up to your newsletter, to your email list. And here's how I'm going to do it. So when you select the general form, right, you will actually get this, what you call it, the another page of the dashboard. So basically, this form right here, all right, you can actually share it on Facebook, Twitter, and you can actually create a QR code. Right now, this is a very basic look. Here we are in the build it, all right. It only has a very simple email address, and you can see that it says right here, thank you for subscribing, and you can edit it. If you click on edit, it gives you a editor, and you can just put pictures in there if you want to. Here's a file manager. You can put image, and then and edit the thank you for subscribing or whatever. And then this is the required field, which is the email address. Now, if you want to kind of customize it a little bit more, here's this header right here, right? You can actually put a graphic in here, which is really cool. So I'm just going to do a quick example. So when you click on that add an image, you have the option to browse from your computer, the files on your computer, or you can do it for a URL. Like for us, we have quite a few images already in our Soar account. So I'll just click on images. I'm going to click on an image, say Creative Chat Cafe. See, I have a lot of images. So I'm going to find one that says Creative Chat Cafe and probably use that. So I'll select here, right? And then what happens is actually it'll put that picture in. Come on, work with me. So this is the standard width and height, all right? So assuming you want this picture to be linked somewhere else, you can, and you can actually put your link here. And then, you can make sure that it goes into a new tab when it opens up, so you have control over it. If this is all that you want, you just save and insert that image, and it'll appear right here. Okay, work with me. There you go. So here's what you can actually, do. And then if you want to add more field, and most of the time, I just add like first name and email addresses, because sometimes people are on zipping through and they don't want to fill too much information. Am I right, Kenya? Because people just
Absolutely. There's a time and a place to add more, but very simple.
Right. Right. So you can actually click text. So for instance, if you want to put name, you can just put click text. See right here, it comes out there, so you can edit it. You can put first name. Oops, I can't even spell. First name, all right? You can, because you want it to be visible, you'll keep it visible. So assuming down the line you want something else, like for instance hidden, for whatever reason, it could be a list. I'm not going to go into complicated tonight, so we're keeping it really simple. we're putting first name, right? And you want to add that to here. So you can put it visible and then save field. And then it'll show first name. Come on, work with me. There you go. And you know, you can actually move it up if you want to, I think. It's supposed to. Anyways, the bottom line is you can actually fix your, you can actually customize your, list. I'm sorry, your sign up form to however you want it to be. So here they gave you, MailChimp gives you the URL from the get-go, so you can copy that, and then you can open up in a new tab to see it. And voila, that's the MailChimp basic form. You know, so you want to pick a list, so whoever subscribes to this list, and will go directly to, like for now, I have the sign up form under test, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I have it under test list. So you see here, it says Soar test list, and this is how you would create it. I mean, you can customize it a lot. Going back here to kind of do it real quick to show you again. So this is what I've built for that demo that I showed you just now. Here, you can change, you can design it a little bit more. As you can see, if you click on design, there's page, there's body, there's forms, there's monkey rewards. That, the monkey rewards is actually included in the free account. You can't change it. So if you wanted to do page, right, and if you click on background, right now my background is that color. That's why you see all the background in that color. If you want to change the header, it highlights the box for you, and you can change the font, you can change the margin, and then if you have the outer wrapper, it highlights that for you. So it's really, really simple, folks. For you to get started, don't hyperventilate. Just get it done, and it's really important to keep it simple. So yeah, this is a great way for you to get started. MailChimp has a lot of tools in here. The only thing is the feature, the autoresponder feature doesn't come with the free option, which is this free, package. So yeah, feel free to go to MailChimp.com. They have a lot of features here that you can actually take a look at, and you can actually embed that also, which we will actually put post show post in our social media, so you can follow how to actually embed this MailChimp form that I created and put it on your website. So that's basically a simple way how to create a simple web form on MailChimp. And I couldn't be happier using MailChimp, like for many of you out there. And I know I've got clients who are like, I don't know how to build one. And I say, really? It's really simple. So we at Creative Chat Cafe want to try to keep things simple for you guys out there, because I know it, especially when it comes to technology, it moves too fast, and sometimes it's just a matter of sitting down and learning it. All right, Kenya?
Absolutely, gotta do it.
That's my thing. So kind of, I know we're almost towards the end. Do we have any questions? I don't know if we have any questions. Let me check. But anyways, I just want to say that, basically, I know this is the time of the year where everybody's thinking of how to grow their list, and how do I do it? Well, Kenya showed you how to do it on AWeber, and I showed you how to do it on MailChimp. So what are some of the tips that you could probably share with us about, how to use the web form to grow their list? Is there anything, maybe, ideas or tips that you could probably give us, a couple maybe, Kenya? How to get people to subscribe to our list?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you want to have it in as many places as possible. Right. You want to have it on, above the fold, what they call above the fold on your website, which is like, where they can see it either at the top or on the side, so people immediately can use it. Another feature we didn't get to cover is sometimes you can do a hover form. You didn't get to do that, but sometimes that's that pop-up form, that pops up. So you want to have it in as many places as possible, on your blog, at the bottom of your blog, on the side of your blog.
Find a good location, right?
Find a good location, and just do it to death, because the more opportunities people have to come into contact with being able to experience your content or your deals, your discounts, or whatever you're offering over the holidays. You want to make it available to them. So yeah, that is a very powerful thing. I mean, that is number one. You got to create opportunity for them to get on your list.
Exactly. And I think another powerful one that many of us don't think of, and because they think, oh, I now know how to create a sign-up form now, just put it out there. But I think, folks, what's a great way to also have people subscribe to your web forms are you could probably offer your audience something of value. You know, it could be a video of a how-to, an ebook, a gift. You know, almost like a give them a reason why they will want to follow you, subscribe to your list, because you know, there's so many. I mean, sometimes in these days where we are so overwhelmed with social media, right? We're like, okay, here's another email coming through our list, our email inbox. We have to give them a reason why to really want to have that email in their inbox. So, you know, give them a little bit of value, right, Kenya?
Yes. Yeah. We a lot of times call that your lead magnet.
There you go.
It could be something tangible, but it can also be just, you know, I like the theme, the 12 days of Christmas. A lot of people do that. So over the course of 12 days, you can give them, you know, 12 different deals. You have Cyber Monday. You have all these different things that come up. So take advantage of those. Yes. And, you know, use those to incentivize people signing up and spending their email, because it really is a form of payment.
Right, absolutely. And speaking of, taking the time, this opportunity to do this is we're in the time of the year where, you know, we have been talking about trying to help you guys out there to, you know, increase your sales or, you know, just grow your list during this holiday season. Take this opportunity that you've learned of how to create these forms in the next couple of months. Maybe you're a product-based business that want to make an offer. Maybe you can offer something that you could give away of value that, you know, they want to subscribe to. I think the last couple months, right, Kenya, would be a great opportunity to, you know, use the web form as a lead to build the list.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a primary tool. And you want to really just work that strategy for the rest of the year. And then as soon as you can, start working on your campaign for next year so you can be ahead of the game.
So speaking about that, I know we're like towards a couple of months before we actually are I mean, not actually a couple of months. We're like less than 2 months when we're really in Godsmack holiday season, right? Mm-hmm. Do you use this time of the year to plan for next year, or you already have a promotional going that would build some kind of a traffic for a product next year? So what's your normal calendar looks like for this time of the year?
Yeah, I would say to people, definitely carve out some time to set up your 12-month marketing calendar. Sometimes if that's too much, try a quarter at a time. Yeah. And really identify, okay, how much money do I want to make next year? And how much time do I want to spend on marketing campaigns and different strategies? Because, you know, sometimes we can do too much and not have time for our family. So kind of working things around those two questions and building out different promotional plans around that. So I keep mine, I've kept mine simple. I've learned my lesson. So I keep it simple. And I carve out my year so that I have time for vacation. Carve out vacation time. That is definitely something you want to put on there.
You're absolutely right.
And yeah, but definitely I'm an advocate of taking some time during this time, during the season, to plan for next year.
One more tip, I think many of you viewers out there as entrepreneurs and small businesses, think about this. If you are, if you're hyperventilating, trying to make that last minute sales and you don't know what to do, you know what? Don't worry about what's not coming immediately, but use this time, like Kenya says, to plan for what's coming for January, February, because now we're already in the holiday season. Before you know it, it's Valentine. Plan for that, right? Because this is the only time that because people get flustered around the holiday season, and as small businesses, we're also overwhelmed. But take some time, like Kenya says, an hour a day or half an hour a day, and kind of just plan plan for what you want to do for this year. And if this is what you want to implement in your website, or it doesn't matter if it's a website or your Facebook page or any of your social network, to build this web form to just get more leads or attract more clients and grow your list, this is a tool that you all can actually get started if you don't already have one in place. So before we go, I really want to say thank you to our co-host, Kenya, all the way from Alabama. Woohoo! You know, I'm so excited that she's been a great friend, a great business alliance. Thank you very much, right? For coming back and joining us on Creative Chat Cafe. Thank you for taking, half an hour out of your busy life to join us tonight, Kenya.
Thank you, Zef. It's always a pleasure and a lot of fun to be
yes.
with you.
So, I know Thanksgiving is a couple weeks away, but folks, this is something simple that you can actually watch back how we did it. If you have any questions, we have post-show engagement on Facebook, and if you're a big Google Plus fan, you can actually be in our Google Plus community for Creative Chat Cafe, where Kenya is also there. You can have post-show discussion. You can shoot out and just meet our community on Google Plus. And if any questions, we'll be more than happy. We will be posting a little bit more of tips and strategies from the show post-show, so that you can actually take some of these tips and apply in your business. So before we go tonight, just raising my mug and saying good night, because I'm going to go ahead and catch my Z's. We'll see you next week in another episode of Creative Chat Cafe, and this time is going to be really exciting because we're going to teach you how to use WordPress to create landing pages so that you can take this web form and put it in there. Well, folks, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, Kenya. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.